Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, topic here that we are going to discuss today it is the chelates. Now, the chelates is basically formed by the types of the elements which are being called as the transition elements. Now, if we talk about here the transition elements, these are the elements that just belongs to the group F or D blocks, and the group here we call as the B group elements that are making up the transition elements. Now they can make the chelates, which is their main property. So what does mean by the chelates? A chelate is a compound that is consisting of a central metal atom that is bonded to a ligand and having at least two or more donor sites. So this is a simple overview about the chelates. When all the donor atoms of a polydendate ligand, for example, we have platinum, and on both the sides of the platinum we have the compound like C2O4 whole twice, and the overall charge over it is minus 2. Now the central metal atom is the platinum, which will be present over there like this. We have this platinum, and on both the sides of the platinum the group C2O4 is being attached. So here we have oxygen, then this oxygen is having bond with the carbon, and then they have the bond with the oxygen, and this is the compound on one side, and on the other side here we have again the same group, which is the carbon, and then they have double bond with the oxygen. So the both groups are being attached. Now the oxygen is carrying the negative charge over there, and these bonds are being directed towards the platinum. So here the central metal atom bonded to the ligand, it has donors from the both sides. So this is called as the chelate formation. On the other hand, the metals that are forming the chelates, they are most stable metals. This is the one thing which is important, that the most stable atoms can make the chelates. On the other hand, these compounds are called as the coordination compounds as well, and they contain a central atom that is surrounded by the ligand. This is the main property of the transition metals, and the transition metals are making up the compounds which are being called as the complex compounds, and in turn the complex compounds may form the chelates. The chelates are the simple compounds when all the donor atoms of the bident ligand. Bident ligand means there are two groups that can donate the electrons, and they get coordinated with the metal which is present in the center. When they get coordinated with the same metal ion, then the complex compound which is being formed, it contain one or more rings in their structure. In turn, they can have rings, one or more. So that's why they are being called as the chelates. After this, we have the examples. So in our first example, here we have this the central metal atom. On both sides is the two same groups are being attached, CH2 NH2 group. This is on this side, and it is on NH2 CH2 group, that both are going to donate the electrons to it, and they are making up the rings. So that's why they are called as chelates. And in the second example, we have the copper, which is being the central metal atom, and it has bonding sides on both sides, NH2, CH2, NH2, and CH2. If we just write that group, it will be written as C2H8N2, and this will be also written as C2H8N2 group. It will be attached on both sides, and they will provide the bonding on both sides and making up simple rings. Now, what will be the name of this group? It is being named as bis ethane 1,2 diamine. Bis means there are two groups are being attached. This is the ethane, This is the diamine, which is being attached on the group carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. And the central is copper. And here the counter ion, which is the sulfate present. And this is the example of the chelate complex. Now, what are the main properties of the chelates? So we will discuss it there. Properties of the chelates is the number one, they have greater affinity. Affinity means they will be attracted towards the electron. On the other hand, they have low toxicity. It means they are not toxic. Then they have the ability to compete with the natural chelators. There are also some compounds that are present in the nature and they are making up the chelates. Likewise, they can have the abilities, they can even compete with the properties of the natural chelators. They have the ability to penetrate in the cell membrane. The cell membrane, it is the outermost membrane of the cell. Now they have the rapid elimination of the toxic metals if they combine, get in combination, or they may come in contact with the metals that are toxic. So they will be able to eliminate these. In the other hand, they have high water solubility. We just have water and we have the chelates, then they get dissolved into one another. And the second last property of the chelates we have, they have the capacity to form the non-toxic complexes. So the chelators that they make the complexes, they are basically non-toxic. Toxic means they have no toxicity as they are making up the complexes. And the last one property is they have same distribution as the metals. Means all the electrons are being segregated around it in the same way and they have no change at all. So this was a simple topic that was about chelates we have. I hope you guys understand. And if you have any queries, you may ask me about that in the comment section and I will get back to you guys soon. The next topic that we will discuss, it is a nomenclature of the complexes or complex compounds, that how do we be able to name these compounds. So we will discuss it in the next section. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.